Zdop, Shizdop. And Maib. Interesting. Okay. Hello, here is Chisinau. Alexandra, I didn't hear you for so long. Tell Aunt Laura that I took what she needed and the carpet that she wanted. Tomorrow morning you have to be at the train station. What are you doing here? Is this a press conference or something? Okay. Yes. Chisinau, Torino through Bucharest. Oh, can I jump in? Yeah, you're welcome. Oh, thank you. We are having a concert. Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Corina Carea. I am the PR manager of these wonderful artists representing us at Eurovision. And thank you very much for finding time in these difficult times to pay attention to us a little bit. Today we are going to have a small press conference dedicated to the project Eurovision 2022. And the participants is going to be this amazing group Advahov brothers and Zdop Shizdop band. So we are leaving tomorrow morning very early. We have the plane and we want to just, stay a little bit before going to this trip and to discuss with the local press and to speak to the people and to send everyone the energy that we gathered in this journey. And our artists are going to send you their energy like they are doing this for 30 years. These amazing artists are on the Moldovan stage, but also on the international ones. So please allow me to offer the word to the director of Teleradio Moldova, Mr. Vlad Țurcanu, to tell us about how the preparation for Eurovision took place and to wish good luck to our guys. Mr. Țurcanu, good afternoon. I am very happy and I'm thrilled to be here next to these amazing artists and all our partners with whom together we are trying to configure a new exceptional representation of the Republic of Moldova at Eurovision. And I believe that taking into account all the televisions present here, not only the public channel, we understand that this is a unique opportunity for the Republic of Moldova. And people are not, so it's not important what is the color of the people, what is the political color, what is the social background. The only idea here is to have a very visible presentation at Torino on the 10th of May and then on the 14th of May in the finals, mainly because in this very difficult period of time, including for this country that we are living on, it's not easy to give everything that you can as an artist in order to get up to the expectations of the local public, but also of the international public. Of course, we depend on the people, on how the people all around the world are going to vote. I am very happy that the national television made this choice. And I am also very happy to watch closely this very special combination between the Advahov family and Zdop Shizdub band. It is a unique combination, and at the local level they were the total winners, and the way they were greeted abroad in the tourneys that actually showed us once again that this was the best choice. So at this point I want only to share a general opinion that this was indeed the best choice, and starting from tomorrow, we wish them luck. They are going to leave to Torino in order to start the rehearsal for the event, and we are going to support them fully here in from Moldova 1 through the visibility that it's going to cover today in the next days, mainly on the 10, 12, and 14 of May, when the finals will happen. So thank you very much to all the artists that are involved in this project and the partner of this event, which is the National Bank, MAIB, Moldovan Bank. Thank you very much, the Mr. Gheorghe, the president of the council of MAIB Bank, and to all of those that are supporting this event. To those that are making everything possible for this project to gain colors. And we already sent a strong message, not only in the Republic of Moldova, but also on the other side of Prut River, through the very strong message of the text of the song. It is a message, and mainly this message has a deeper connotation in these difficult times that we are facing. So we are wishing you a lot of luck. Stay strong. Thank you very much, Mr. Turcanu. Now, dear artists, dear family, I offer the word to you, to the brothers, Roman. How ready are you for Eurovision? What is your mood? We want to also thank everyone that helped us during the preparation. So, Vasily Advakov, the floor is yours. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm so glad that you are present here. We are very much in need of your support. I would like to send through you to all of the people that are following what we are doing to support us. So I'm also referring now to the diaspora. Indeed, this song is a very positive one, is already loved by people from both of the borders of Prut River. It's a very nice message, and I think we have a chance to reach the top of Eurovision, top places. I'm not going to take over the microphone. I will give the floor also to my brother and to the rest of the team. We are trying to be different, and I'm speaking here about our outfit, the interpretation, because you know that we actually graduated the conservatory where we graduated the field of classic music, and we were actually known in Moldova as people who are singing more static music, more classic music, more sober music. But here we had to put all our energy, and we asked Roman from Zdop și Zdop, do you think we are going to manage? Roman is saying that I would like to thank very much everyone that was involved and helped. There is a saying, you have to do what you have to do and be whatever. So we will just, we understand that now even the simple people, they are not really into the mood of, you know, having fun and listening to this kind of music. But nevertheless, we artists, you have to understand that we also are suffering a lot from what we see happening in Russia, in Ukraine, in Europe in general. And in this context, of course, we are affected. But we, artists, we choose to do our job as artists. We actually applied for this participation at the Eurovision before all this started to happen. And our music, our message, for me personally, is a song that is bringing people together, is unifying people. And me and my band and all the musicians that are actually involved in the world culture, they are having concerts all over the world, in Europe, in America, and so on. And they are part of the world heritage, world culture. And there is art in general, like cinema, sport, other cultural events, they are meant to bring people together. And I personally feel that this song is like a symbol of, first of all, freedom, internal freedom, because the train is actually a symbol of a life that is a symbol of a journey, and in this journey we are making sure that people from all over the world get to know our traditional Balkan-style music. And I think we should represent with dignity our country at this event. Thank you very much to all of those that have trust in us, those who vote for us. I believe that this project with Advahov brothers is going to be a success. And afterwards, we will come back home and we will support everyone that needs support, including refugees, simple people, and those who need any kind of support that we as artists can offer. Thank you very much. Yes, indeed, the situation that are happening near us are troubling, but we actually got a lot of energy from this song, and we now embark on a journey on this train. Thank you very much, guys, and I would like to offer the word to the president of the National Bank MAIB, Mr. Gheorghe Shachitsa, who is the general partner of this project, Eurovision Moldova, Eurovision 2022. Mr. Shachitsa, the floor is yours.
Afternoon, and apologies, my Romanian is not that good. We are very privileged to be here and honored to be here and to support this project that has become the national project. And overall, Eurovision is a good opportunity for Moldova to integrate more with other European countries, to show the best of it, the culture, the music to be heard. So this is clearly a good opportunity that I'm sure the teams will be using. I would like to congratulate, and apologies if I'm not pronouncing the name correctly, Znob and Znub and Eduaho brothers for winning the first stage, and the music is very interesting. I was listening even this morning, and the melody is very interesting, and I'm sure it will touch many hearts, and it will be a memorable one. When we speak about the team-ups and partnership, it is the same what we use at MAIB with our customers, with our partners. So it's very encouraging to see this at this level too. Once again, I would like to congratulate you and tell everyone to support you so that the performance in Turin will be a remarkable one. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Gaumărgios. La mulți ani. Vreau să
I would like to thank our partner, mainly because the situation now is very difficult, and to support an artist now it's a challenge. But artists in general that are going to Eurovision contest, they don't have such a support as people from Georgia, for example. We actually met guys from Georgia, Circus Mircus, so they are very interesting, and the music is amazing and very special. And we actually had the opportunity to drink some wine together. We talked about our culture. Maybe they will come to Moldova with a concert. And once again, I need to tell you that they have full support from the side of the government, from the country they are coming. And I think now it's very important when you find a partner, a good partner, to appreciate them for the support that they are offering to our republic. So thank you once again in this context. Madloba. I would like to add something more. Let's not forget that from a pandemic period where everyone faced challenges, went into another period which is also difficult. And people from showbiz were also very affected by the crisis of the pandemic, and now they are also affected by the political situation in the world. So that's why it is very important for us, it was very important for us to find financial support for this kind of project. Of course, people don't know what is in the backstage and how much money you need to prepare for such an event like Eurovision. Nevertheless, we found those who were open to support. We still have some partners. Yes, it was a challenge. Yes, Roman, I know. But the force is the music and the charisma and the folklore. And yes, Roman, I wanted to say thank you to the people that are in the backstage, Corina Kairax, Sergei Orlov, people that are having a huge experience in organizing this kind of events. Sister Vitaly Vasily, Lilia Kebak, personally Vasily Vitaly were helping us tremendously, and they actually wanted to join us at this contest. Also the designers, the experts in the field, Karolina Vaitenka, Evgeny Boyka, also Yuri Rybak, the choreographist, Igor Dinga. So all our artists, musicians, and all of those that believe in us, trust in us. This year, with our local forces, with our specialists in different fields, we managed to actually organize everything in this complicated period. And now, in order to go from the official part to the funky part, a short music piece from the artist. Hello, Aunt Lucreția, can we have a piece of the original video with the improvisation of the artist? Come here, come here. Okay, without the carpet.
Алло?
Hello. Here is Chisinau calling. So is that Vlad Sorcano? Tell Aunt Lucreția that everything goes fine. And also I brought the carpet that she liked so much. And the cognac, Roman Yakupov, and with the sword of the brothers Bachov would be here, would support. I'm not an actor, I'm a musician, I'm an artist. So once again, Aunt Lucreția, yes, we're passing through Bucharest. And when do we start? We go tomorrow morning. That would be our start of our journey. So I would have from Chisinau to Bucharest, and then Aunt Lucreția. So you can join the grandmother from the southern part of Moldova, and then from Bucharest you can go with us to Budapest, to Vienna, and then to Torino. That would be our last point of arrival. No cigarettes. Cigarettes are banned. So we have a very good cognac from Moldova, as well as a call that was taken from the security service that we had to respond to. And that's the carpet that she liked so much. Let's start.
Merge, nu poate pricepe, care
țară, unde începi? Țară veche, țară nouă, parcă-i una, parcă-s două, ba aparte, ba împreună, parcă-s două, parcă-i una. Hey ho, let's go, folklore and rock and roll. Pleacă trenul, unde ești? Chișinău, București. Mai și într-o țară și în cealaltă joacă hora la oaltă. Și în fiecare țară face farmece vioară. Când ajunge trenul în gară, parcă n-a ieșit din țară, parcă a mers fără să iasă de acasă până acasă. Hey ho, let's go, folklore and rock and roll. Pleacă trenul, unde ești? Chișinău, București. Păi hey ho, let's go, folklore and rock and roll. Pleacă trenul, unde ești? Chișinău, București. Chișinău, București! Mai și într-o țară și în cealaltă joacă hora la oaltă. Și în fiecare țară face farmece vioară. Când ajunge trenul în gară, parcă n-a ieșit din țară, parcă a mers fără să iasă de acasă până acasă. Hey ho, let's go, folklore and rock and roll. Pleacă trenul, unde ești? Chișinău, București. Folklore and rock and roll. Pleacă trenul, unde ești? Chișinău, București. 2 3 4 2 din start. Hey ho, let's go, folklore and rock and roll. Pleacă trenul, unde ești? Hey ho, let's go, folklore and rock and roll. Pleacă trenul, unde ești?
Bineînțeles că noi suntem cu instrumentele pe
So of course we have used only a couple of instruments because we tried to go live and we couldn't use all the instruments. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you so much. And now, so time has come, and I can see that you're still smiling. That means that your mood is so good, and I'm sure that we'll have questions that would not be so bad, or nicer questions, or funny questions. So now that's the time for questions from the press, for the artists from Zdob and Zdob Band. Questions? So let's listen carefully. So tell me, please, something about the show that you have prepared. And since a lot of people are rumoring that Ukraine might win this Eurovision contest, it doesn't matter who would win. We still consider that we are constantly our winners. So that was in Kiev, in Düsseldorf. And for us, what is important is to participate in the Eurovision contest. And this contest represents something funny, interesting, related to friendship. That's a festival of friendship, peace, and unity. So that's the most important. That's the most important issue. But further on, there might be different options, but that's a very beautiful contest, and that's the most important. Eventually, in any type of festival, there should be a winner. So whether we want it or not, there should be some winners. But what we have noticed during our tournament that we had in different countries, we've noticed very beautiful things. So we've noticed that all the artists are very friendly. So there's a kind of a friendship, a unity among the musicians, among the artists that are participating in such kind of. Doesn't matter who would be the winner eventually. It's important to represent the country. It's our pride to be in the Eurovision contest, as well as to represent our country in the best capacity that we have. And we'll try to do our best, everything that we have studied. So we want to do something good on the stage. Would you add something to the video clip that you have shown? Every day, so we improvise. Every day we try to add something new. In our presentations, in our stagings, we try to add something new. When we participated in the Eurovision contest, you remember that what Roman did? Roman changed the text in the first presentation, the first performance, and you noticed that there was something positive, like a revolt on my side, but a positive one on my side, because we understood that this belongs to the people, that belongs to the nation, to the people, and we have conveyed the message that we'll try to preserve the message as it is in the original part. So Moldova One channel, Marina Dolger, I wanted to ask you, how did you get ready for the Eurovision contest and your performance? How would you be dressed? What attire would you wear? So we have some attire, some clothing that was prepared by Carolina, our designer. So there would be a surprise for everybody, and because this type of attire would be very beautiful. It would be less traditional. As Vasily has already mentioned, we have tried to go beyond the folk musical standard of Bachov, because this is a live music contest, a Eurovision contest, and would be more like modern styled. And I wanted to tell you, I would not tell you how would I be dressed, but it would be very fun. It would be very interesting. You will like. So there's special costumes, suits that are prepared for the big stage. It's not. It will have the symbols and the signs of the railroad. Also have some different figures there on the top. So these costumes are prepared by artists, like specially prepared, unique ones. And they have something like conceptual base, and they're very creative. So we are not pop artists. So we try to be live, we try to be natural. We come from the rock and roll music, from punk band music. So the brothers at Bachov, so they represent folk music, traditional music, and we'll try to make a combination. So we'll try to be what we are actually, would not try to reinvent something. But we'll try to come with our joy, so we'll try to come with our drive, so showing our emotions, and we'll try to be genuine. I would like to add that after the promotion tournament, we've come home and on the road, so we thought that so the clothes looked like not so good, but after we have noticed our colleagues and we noticed the attire of our colleagues, very beautiful, very interesting, and then I realized that we would also have very interesting and very beautiful, very nice attire. So the most popular question from in Madrid, in Amsterdam, so they asked us, would the grandmother join you? Would you have the grandmother with the hat? So how would she be dressed? Something interesting? So that was the question from the press conferences in all the countries. But we said that grandmother was in Kiev with the hat, and every time we tried to bring something new, something absolutely unique, and that would not be repeated. And what I said that is in Zdop and Zdop, so we've managed to find a genuine grandmother at that time. And when we went to Düsseldorf, we brought the beautiful coal from the circus. So that was a motorcycle. So that was also a very important element that we have added in Düsseldorf. And now we've decided to bring folk music, and we try to bring some folk spirit. And when Vasily and Vitalia sang and joined us in this performance, and they tried to do something archaic, folk, all the reporters, all the journalists actually joined, and they said, look, this is the genuine music, so we're very rich in traditions, and the world is following and is appreciating very highly the traditions of the Republic of Moldova, our homeland, and we're trying to put them on the big stage, and we try to show. I would like to add in the semi-final number 1, so there will be only 2 countries that provided some elements, some ethnical and folk elements, and that was Ukraine and Zdup from Moldova. So we were the only one to bring this folk, and we are like young veterans. So I'm actually a veteran, and together with Zdup and Zdup, because we've been singing for 3 decades. So you said 30 years. Yes, 30 years is like 3 decades. 3 decades. We have been singing and doing our performances. The question is about winning. So if I lose, I would not go to Eurovision Song Contest. That's a kind of a provocative question from a journalist who asked, if you win Eurovision, what would you do? And he promised that if I do win, then he would never come to Eurovision Song Contest if you do win. Another question was about the feeling, about the emotions. What is happening in your heart? What is happening in your mind? So it's like an artist. So we live the same kind of feelings, like a Moldovan living the same kind of feelings. if somebody tells me what I have to do according to the script, then I have to do. But if you put me on the stage, then I'm not sure, because I can also improvise a lot of things. So it's very dynamic. It's very important, and it's very dynamic to work with the talented guys like Roman is. And when somebody is asking me whether I know the Adbachov and Zdop and Zdop personally, so these kind of bands, I said that yes, indeed, we've drank together. We also had some glasses together. Oh, this is our secret. Don't disclose all the secrets. I don't see me outside of these bands, because these bands are very close to the public, to the people, and usually the big bands are more suitable, are more comfortable for the public. And usually they know different kind of character styles, and they can be different characters. And when I saw the text of this music and of the song, and then I listened to some of the pieces of music, and I said that immediately I said that this is absolutely 100% sure that would be good, because we might find different nice pieces of music, but so Zdop and Zdop has this kind of intuition in my mind. If a film, if for example the life of somebody, if some music has some, how to put it, has a weight, has a content. So because this piece of art has some music, has a value, has a content, so that means that it's not done just for the sake of doing, for the sake of singing. That means it has a value, has a certain weight. It's important to have a value. This is about us. This is about me. This is about our history. This is about our life, about our background. And it shows, it reflects. It's like a mirror of our life. It was very easy to do the shootings, although we had to work a lot with Roman. We spent like 2 days. It was cold in the train station from the railroad, from the railway station of Moldova. It was very complicated, difficult. Physically, it was cold. But taking into account that we had this warmth and the hearts, our hearts were so warm, so we were not fatigued, we were not so tired. And we felt so good when we did the shootings. And after the shootings, so we had this route to Chisinau. So we had this kind of launch of this music, and that was the launch of the Chisinau-Bucharest route. So nothing was paid. It was absolutely spontaneous. It was not sponsored. So this is a genuine improvisation. And also we had this concert on the train station. People came to the train station. They came to join and to get on the train. And also it was very spontaneous and very nice acoustic and the atmosphere, the environment. Do you have some other questions? Good day, Natalia Gynga, Pro TV channel. We wanted to ask you, previously you said that in the show you will have the train on the stage. We wanted to ask you, would you stick to the same idea to bring to Torino a train, a small train? And also the next question, whether it would be in the same composition and whether Sergio would be part of the show. That's a very good idea. Okay, let's take our old train from Chisinau. And also we'll ask our partners. We have the partners who have been sponsoring us. So we'll take one actor, a genuine actor, and that's a very good idea. Thank you for giving us this advice. What I can tell you is that that train is not a genuine, is not authentic. It's important to reflect on the condition in the train, because we're dancing in the train. It looks like we are in that particular train on Wagon. And on the screen, what we would project the image of the train. It's like a piece of art. Because if to bring a train on the stage, that's not possible. That would be like 1 million. And you know that the costs are very big. And I wanted to ask you to speak on that particular subject about this issue about money. No, actually, it's very important to have this train as a symbol. It's a metaphorical symbol. But I would give you more details about that, because we've been thinking about this idea. And we've called and we've tried to get more information about the train. But there are some rules on the Eurovision contest. And there's some kind of limits, and there are some technical possibilities that cannot be surpassed. You cannot go beyond this kind of technical limits. So we had that idea to take and to lease a train, a small train, but technically it would have been too complicated. It would have been absolutely unrealistic. But maybe we'll do later show in the Republic of Moldova. For us, we have a stage, and the stage is the most important thing. And we would have taken Sergio to Eurovision, but also there are some other boundaries, some limits. You cannot take more than 6 persons to Eurovision contest. The only possibility would be to take you in our traditional luggage, and also you'll be like backstage. So maybe we'll do it in parallel. So when people go to Eurovision, I got a message from Paolo Lascarfio, and he said that they need an Italian guy who speaks French, and there is no text. And we can also do this because he would not have to say anything in Italian or French. Before the next question, I would like to give you a very important piece of information. The Stop and Stoop band is the only one from the Eurovision contest history which has been participating in the contest for 3 times, and it's like 1 time in a decade. Once in 10 years we've been participating. That's kind of traditional, and thereby I can tell you that this band has a very long lifespan, and for so many years the Stop and Stop would give us joy, and also maybe Brothers at Bachov are a bit younger than Stop and Stop, but nevertheless it's a rare thing. So when a formation, the musical band would survive on the stage, because usually the bands end their life sooner. But I'm not sure, maybe this is the wine, or maybe the sun from Moldova, maybe the support of our society, but nevertheless we have a very good band with a very long lifespan. It depends on what we do. Actually, this is Nikolai Roibo from the Mold Press agency, news agency. I know that in the Eurovision contest, so there might be different kind of musical pieces that are kind of slow, but yours are rhythmical. It's like a Zdop and Zdup tradition that brought success to the Republic of Moldova. If you remember from Portugal, so that was a very slow and very few notes, but in 3 or 4 notes you can do a very important music and a very nice piece of music. So I come to my question. So I believe that behind this musical piece there are some other elements of performance, extraordinary elements of performance. What kind of elements of show would you count the most, and which would bring you a lot of success? What kind of elements would you like to use that might also drive you in that music? Yes, it's very important to speak about the pace, but also the rhythm is more like a folklore rhythm. And the pace, because the Bunica Bate Doba, about the grandmother, so that musical piece was like Zdop and Zdup tradition, in the tradition of Zdop and Zdup. But usually we sing in a different fashion. And here, so we try to have an option together with the Advachov brothers. It's more like a folk music. And in the first option, so we had one option for the video clip. And somebody wrote to us. So thereby we've intentionally added this element of rock music. And we have registered the second option. And in that second clip, so we had this rock and roll element combined with the folklore elements. So that was a kind of a combination. And we believe this combination is much better for Eurovision contest, because usually this is like a stadium. It's a very big. So Svetoslav will start with the guitar, like a rock, and then we would add some other spirit of folklore. So that would be the music of our nation. So that's a kind of experiment, because we also have an idea to have a joint album together with the Brothers of Bachov, and we'll try to continue our experiments to combine, to have a combination between the rock music and the folklore music, because I respect Anatoly Stefanets from Trigon Band, and he said that the traditional folklore music is more complicated than jazz music. It's even more difficult and complicated. And if you decide to make a combination, a mix between the rock and roll and the folklore type, so this combination is very complicated, is a very difficult task. It is not so easy to do it. It's somebody saying it's very beautiful. Yes, it is beautiful, but it's very complicated. So thereby we decided to have the second version of the train. And the second clip and the second version of the train is like a balance. It has this equilibrium, has that particular balance between the folklore music and the rock and roll music. It's like, it's not pure folklore music. It's rock and roll and folklore combined. And this kind of way, this balance can be felt. And this is what you have said rightly. You mentioned the fact that we have to represent different cultures. And also we had different additions and layers. So we shouldn't focus on the music. Music is just music. It's if a person, if an individual, after one day spent on hills or doing something on the farmers, being so sad and singing this folklore music like that, or like that, so it's a different type. And then you have, it's like a more dancing style, it's emotional. It has a lot of subtleties. We shouldn't look only on the text or the political side, being about unification something. We have to focus on the combination. And people might have different ideas. The train is about the road, or maybe it's about some life. But we have a positive message to give. So we have a traditional dance, also very good feelings and emotions. And this is how we go to Eurovision contest, like a festival of friendship and peace. So that's what we want to do.
So in the Eurovision contest, there are a lot of slow songs. And I would like to tell you that for a few years, we all had a difficult period, pandemic and then this war, and the world actually is fed up with drama. I don't want to offend anyone. I support fully also the deep songs, but people want to have some fun because we are so tired of this, sadness. Yes, somebody is bringing the lyric, somebody the emotion of the pandemic. There is a singer that is from Serbia that is washing her hands during the performance and is singing about God, give us health. So it's a very nice message. There are also some singers that have a humoristic approach to ecology from Lithuania, if I'm not mistaken. There is a show also organized by some people with animals. I'm speaking about some animal masks. So people are trying to do what they are good at and send the message that they feel like they need to send. We come with our traditional music, with folk elements, with drive, with rock and roll. I mean, it's good vibes. That's it. Do we have other questions? TV6, Alex Tatney, I have a question for Roman. Taking into account your previous experience, your tours, promotion tours, what was the main challenge in this tour? What was different from the other tours? And for Advahov brothers, a question: did you refuse to sing at private weddings or other events because of this tour? When we were in, about the promotion tour, we actually did this tour for the first time in this way. For example, in Kiev, we didn't have like a party, so we are participating for the first time in this kind of small festivals with a public, with full rooms of people. For example, in Tel Aviv, we felt like the real Eurovision. And it was very interesting for us. For me, it was actually a very nice experience, and it was like a full rehearsal of the real Eurovision. I went through this barrier. I actually stepped out of my comfort zone there. I still have emotions. In Madrid, the party was amazing. People were singing with us. They were singing the songs of all the artists, including our songs. So people were prepared. Here in Moldova, we didn't experience this. So yes, they love this contest. They are making huge parties. And we actually made acquaintance with artists. We made friends there. We talked, of course, about the situation in Ukraine. We had a lot of questions from them. We said that we artists are for peace. We are against the war. We are not. We don't want to stay aside. We want to be involved, and we want to be together, and we want to be free. And you know, an experience, a not very pleasant experience we had in Israel, because during the performance we had the terrorist act, so it was quite scary. By the end of the day, it was okay. We came back okay, and the tour was like an exam for us before the actual Eurovision. Okay, to answer to your question about if we lost private events, of course, we actually gave up on many events because we took it seriously to prepare for Eurovision. And from the morning, with the kids, with the whole family, we actually had a lot of fun, and people asked us about the choreography, so many questions. I mean, we had a lot of questions, and the pandemic actually took away a lot of things from us. But in pandemic, we managed to make the Little Train song. Okay, dear friends, so I suggest we go to a more intimate discussion. I think we will just give interviews to different televisions. We will communicate between us. We will get closer to each other. So I suggest we have a closer contact at this point. Thank you very much for being here for the official part. The rest of the questions, just approach and ask the guys personally. Thank you very much for offering us time. Thank you for those who were the speakers today. Thank you for the team who have organized this press conference, and thank you for MediaCorp for hosting us.
Fii gata de evenimentul muzical al anului. Eurovision Song Contest 2022.